Stephen A. Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. Like, my offer still stands. You want me to be quiet and stop streaming? Well, I want you to be quiet and get off these networks, because you're not using your platform to do real journalism. You're using your platform to use clickbait.
Can I say something real quick, S.A.?
Go ahead, bro.
Can I say something real quick? Correct me if I'm wrong. I just want to say this part. See, the back end of that, like, you got to make sure you do your homework and come correct. I want to make sure I'm on point here. You're not still doing journalism. Am I correct?
Yeah, I guess not.
No. But what I'm saying is, you have transitioned into something more than just a journalist, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, but keep going. I'll say my piece in a minute. Go ahead.
First things first. Jaylen Brown, before I even get into it, could you do me a favor, please? Get your ass a studio. You looking like you in some dungeon, some little room or whatever. You making $54 million a year. You're gonna make 57 next year, 61 the year after that, 67 the year after that. You're in the midst of a $304 million contract. Get a studio with a director and a producer. Calling up clips of mine, the computer ain't even working right, can't even get the full sound up in there. Get that together. That's number one. Stop being so damn cheap. You got the money. Pay it, okay, for a better production. Number one. Number two, I'm not going to disrespect Jaylen Brown. It's amazing to me, Jay, Big Perk, Shay, how Perk said all the things he said, you said all the things you said, Wilbon said all the things he said. Everybody said something, and I went on, I've spoken on it on numerous occasions, and you picked some 20-second clip of me talking about how Jason Tatum showed up on First Take, but not your podcast. Stop it. I'm not going to get into all of that. Was Jaylen Brown bringing up the fact that I wasn't reporting when I was raving about him all season long? When I was talking about him for the most of this season as a top 2 league MVP candidate, when I was pissed off and I raised holy hell on the air when he got ejected from the San Antonio Spurs game and he didn't deserve that, when I talked about him leading the pack and doing the things that he's done and solidifying his greatness as an athlete, did he complain then? Did he complain when, how many times that we can't even count, when I talked about the brilliance of this young man, his philanthropy in the community, the kind of things that he's done, and I've been raving about that all of these years. Did he complain about my reporting then? No, he did not. When I made news years ago, and I was talking about how it's not fair to him, but because he is smart, because he doesn't suffer fools, because he will speak his mind, etc., it's alienating some people on Madison Avenue and beyond, which is why he doesn't necessarily have a sneaker deal and he doesn't get the advertising dollars and and has the marketing muscle of, say, somebody like his teammate Jason Tatum. Do you know that I spoke about that and he came to the finals wearing his t-shirt to show me your sources, or to the playoff game rather, show me, to tell us your source or whatever the case may be? You know what? There was no question that I was right. And the bottom line is that his own family came up to me in Dallas and thanked me for talking about him the way that I did, because they recognized the fact that I was showing him respect, not disrespect, okay? He won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, most valuable player. He won the NBA Finals, MVP, or, most valuable player award. All of this other stuff. Was he complaining then? No. But here he is complaining now. Why? Because he's pointing the finger in the wrong direction. Point it at yourself, bro. Let's recap. The Boston Celtics, the most storied franchise in basketball annals, 18 chip. You helped deliver one of them just 2 years ago. 2 years later, y'all surrender a 3-1 lead for the first time in its history, in franchise history, with you driving the bus. And 24 hours later, 24 hours after you didn't go to the basket in the last 2 minutes, after y'all launched 3-point shots on 6 separate occasions and missed every one of them, 24 hours after that was over, you went on camera as a representative for the Boston Celtics and called it your favorite season. A season where Jason Tatum was on the bench for over 60 games. A season that ended with you losing the 3-1 lead. A season that ended with you getting bounced in the first round. You went on and said that was your favorite season. How do we know this is a problem? Go back and look at the headlines all over Boston. Look at what they were talking about. Look at what they were writing about. They were saying, what's up with him? What's going on? Because they didn't feel that way. And since you represent the franchise, I was simply providing a head up that it wasn't wise from somebody who is considered relatively wise to say that 24 hours after being sent home, after surrendering a 3-1 lead in the postseason for the first time in franchise history. That's what I said. I'm not going to get personal. I respect Jaylen Brown too much. I respect him. I respect his family. I respect his crew. I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm not going to go back and forth with it. I'll elaborate more extensively with my own video and show you how it's done in case your team needs help. Show you how you're supposed to show a video and make sure that we understand that this is how it's supposed to be done. And in terms of me, you know what? You'll be quiet. I get that. I wasn't telling you, I wasn't saying something like shut up and dribble or something like that. I was simply making a point. You just lost. Nobody needs to hear from you now that this was your favorite season. But in the end, Jaylen Brown, be careful what you wish for. You really want me to start reporting on that level? You understand? Locker room? How the organization might think about you? How the city may feel about you? How Jason Tatum may or may not have feel about you? Sneaker deals, endorsement deals, the list goes on and on. The season is over, bro. You on Twitch trying to do what I do and talking about me needing to step away. It makes no sense. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm simply making the point that it is not wise after 24 hours of having your season over in the first round for you to be coming out talking about that's your favorite season. It ain't the smartest thing in the world to do. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to sit up there and look out by letting you know this is not a good look. It's not wise. That's all. And I would have respected Jaylen Brown more, Big Perk, Jay, had he come at y'all, had he come at everybody who said exactly what I was saying. But evidently, you understand, when you're talking about clickbait and all of that stuff, somebody told you one of the best ways to get it is to bring up my name. And that's what you did. So who's really looking for clickbait? Is it me or is it you? And obviously, you would think you wouldn't need it. $304 million.